Why you need to start dating older women? Hey, older women they've always hit the spot. I ain't gonna lie.
I have a confession, bro.
Yeah.
I'm 19 and I love older women. To illustrate my point, let me tell you a quick story. So earlier this week, I met up with this girl, all right? We're both sophomores in college, and we first met each other at a party a couple weeks ago. A mutual friend introduced us, and over the next couple of days, we started texting each other, and the vibe was good. Eventually, I shoot the shot and tell her that we should meet up in person.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this shot was a Steph Curry 50-foot jumper from the logo.
I know what
because to that, she responded that we could meet up before her classes at 5 p.m. or after her classes finished at 10 p.m. At this point, I'm sitting here pumping my fist and kicking my feet up in the air, and I tell her I could pick her up from her class at 10 p.m. and we could head to her apartment. Now, in my experience, if a girl asks to meet up at her apartment at 10 p.m., we're probably not going to be playing Jenga. So I shower up, do my hair, pick a nice fit, and head to the university at 10 p.m. with full intention of getting some nice cardio in or just generally having a good time. So I pick her up from her class and we head to her apartment, which is right by the university. And as we pull into the parking lot, she hits me with, "My roommate's up there with her boyfriend and this is their 1-year anniversary, so I don't know what they're doing." She says that we shouldn't go up there yet, and she calls her roommate to see if the apartment's free. And of course, her roommate doesn't pick up. At this point, I have no clue what to do, and she says, "Let's just go for a drive until her roommate responds." And I'm thinking, okay, hopefully she responds within 10-15 minutes.
Just take her to your apartment. Are you dumb? Sorry. I'm just thinking ahead. Sorry.
So I start driving and we just start generally chatting. And as the drive continues and her roommate continues to be a ghost, I start to realize I'm really bad at small talk. I think I asked like 50 questions about her sorority because my mind was literally going blank. It got to the point where I was like, oh, so do you guys do events?
Are you dumb?
And her roommate still wasn't responding. Like, please bail me out.
Bro, I know what he's gonna say. I'm gonna say it now. I'm sorry. I can't let him talk. He fumbled the bag. He was talking about how he fumbled the bag. I didn't think he fumbled it this hard. I'm speaking for him, but still, I'll let him talk.
I thought it would be like a 15-minute drive, but it turned into over an hour. And I know it was over an hour because I put on Blonde by Frank Ocean, and the entire album finished and restarted within that car ride. Now, you're probably wondering why I wouldn't just bring her back to my place.
Sure, tell me.
I live at home with my parents right now, and I'm not trying to bring back a girl. Eventually...
Oh, because he has Indian parents. Makes sense.
It's like
they ain't about that life. He ain't about that life, at least. I know she's mad, bro. She's like, I've never seen such foolishry in my life. I know she was mad, bro. I know she was mad. Why are you so stupid? Bro, you close to my age. I'm dead gonna say this. You're sorry. You deserve not to get any play from that. I hope she ghosted you, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. You deserve it.
11:30 and we make it back to her apartment. At this point, she figures her roommate is asleep or out and we head inside. But at this point, the vibe is completely ruined. I figure maybe we can watch something on the TV to help the situation. But then she tells me that one of her other roommates took the TV home for winter break and forgot to bring back the remote. This meetup started out as a wide open receiver in the end zone, but at this point had turned into a tight end, dropping the game-winning pass and destroying America's heart in the process.
Are you dumb? You fumbled that. I'm literally thinking faster than you were, and you had a whole hour to think this stuff through. What are you talking about? You had plenty of time to think, bro. Are you dumb? You fumbled the bag. Why you need a TV? Y'all don't need a TV for what you're trying to do. Are you stupid? What do you need a TV for? Background noise? Shut up. You don't. They know y'all grown adults. They know what y'all doing. What's wrong with you? Bro, this is the thing I'm talking about, bro. Young men are so pathetic nowadays, bro. You know what we used to do back in my day?
Does that make sense? I knew that it was completely cooked when I was sitting on one side of a 3-seater couch and she was sitting on the handle of the other side. So at that point, I got up, left, and was completely overcome by cringe. The worst part was her perfume lingered in the car for the next couple days. So every time I was driving and I took a breath, I was brutally reminded of that night. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell does any of this have to do with older women? Nothing really. I just needed to vent. rent, so thank you. But it did get me thinking, like, maybe I should start dating older women. Like, every time I interact with a woman who's like, you know, 24, 25, 26, she has independence. You know, she has a job, she has a car, she has her own place,
he ain't about
she
this
doesn't
life,
have
bro.
any roommates.
He trying to convince
she
me
probably
he ain't even
also
about
has
that
some
life.
savings and is willing to travel and spoil me and treat me like the queen that I am. My problem with women in their 20s, though, is that they're too busy. They won't have time for our relationship.
They don't have time for you, Nick. Oh, brother. They don't got time for you. Let's get this straight. They got time for the dudes they want to have time for. They don't have time for you. Was it so difficult for you to use 4 brain cells to think of an alternate plan? You were that destined to get into her apartment for what? Y'all didn't need an apartment, bro. He ain't even about this life. Let's see what he got to say,
make money and be girl boss queens, which is cool, but I want someone who's serious about a committed relationship.
Shut up.
So, actually, I'm not looking for a woman in her mid-20s, okay? I'm looking for a woman in her mid-30s.
Oh
now, you might be thinking,
bro.
Rowdy, why a woman in her mid-30s? Bro, have you ever seen a hot 35-year-old? Also, all right, check me out, right? I'm 19. I got good genes. I'm 6'2".
I can't tell you. You seem to be fumbling, brother. Good for you. This is what I'm talking about. It be the dudes that have everything lined up for them and they still fold. You folding under zero pressure, bro. Are you dumb? This is the type of dude I'm talking about. How are you folding under zero pressure?
I got a long distance between my head and my feet. Women who are in their mid-30s are probably more willing to settle down and have some kids. So what better match?
Bro, he's trying to convince me he ain't even about that life. He just contemplating. I live that life. I've lived this life. I am living this life. Older woman. I don't even gotta say nothing. All I gotta say is older woman. Y'all know. Crazy, bro.
A 19-year-old degenerate who loves MILFs. Now, I thought that women in their mid-30s would be perfect for me, right? But then I realized women who are in their mid-30s right now are millennials.
What?
The worst generation by far. I don't need my girlfriend sending me BuzzFeed articles. Bro, I thought we left that in like 2017.
What woman, let alone older woman, sends BuzzFeed articles, bro? You know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Unless you're ASAP Rocky, you probably don't want to be dating a woman in her mid-30s right now. So then we gotta move up another decade. A woman in her mid-40s.
Oh
Alright, I know I've been memeing, but let me be real for a second. Have you ever gone to the gym and seen like a really fit, middle-aged woman? Maybe the technology's better these days, but some of these 40 to 50...
I know never mind. I'm not gonna say
year-old women be looking a little too good these days. I don't know what type of cryo chamber, vampire blood, IV drip, stem cell therapy they be on, but whatever it is, it's working. So screw a 35-year-old. I think I need me a middle-aged woman in my
Shakira. Let me stop.
But then I started thinking, a middle-aged woman might have a son my age. And the last thing I need is 19-year-old Aiden glaring at me every day when I come. I treat him like a little bro, cause Dad, I'm your father now. Sorry. You can call me Dad, cause like you shouldn't even feel bad about that. Like I'm with your mom. I'm hitting that. Sorry. Like there's nothing to say, bro. Come down to breakfast. This is how you could tell he ain't really about this life, bro. That's how you could tell he ain't really about this life. Promise him, I don't want to see myself in that. Bro, shut up, bro. That don't even make sense. So now I'm thinking. That's all you gotta say. All you gotta do is clap when he comes in. Clap. That's all you gotta do. Slow clap. Yo, what's up, my guy? What's up? How you doing? Yeah, I'm just clapping. I just wanted to make sure you knew. I need to go 60 plus because I'm thinking if she has a son, he'll probably be out of the house by then. Now you might be thinking 60, that's retirement age. Exactly. This woman's gonna have all the time in the world and all the money from the divorce settlement. She's gonna want some young stud to every night. And listen, I am the man. Bro, shut up, bro. You ain't even about that life for real, bro. And for the job. Give me that boomer. You a liar. You couldn't even hit a young girl. She's literally around your age. You couldn't even hit. Bro, the amount of ease he could have pulled that off with. That's the sad thing. He ain't about this life, bro. as the kids would say. I'm an old head at heart.
You ain't
I
no
love
old
Martin
head.
Scorsese movies, Marvin Gaye, that green stuff. I am down to converse at length with a woman of a mature age about a variety of topics. I'm even willing to tell her MJ is better than LeBron to make her feel better. I'm even willing to tell her John F. Kennedy was my favorite president.
Crazy.
And he was. Guy was dogging overtime in the Oval Office.
And you weren't. Let's get this straight. He was doing that. He was doing that at his job. You couldn't even figure out a way, bro. I'm sorry, bro. This dude's dead making me mad.
Thought about it for a second and realized boomers are actually terrible, and they destroyed America with their consumerism and blind selfishness.
Shut up.
So no, I don't want to date a boomer. I want to date her mom. I think what I really need is a silent generation wife. She was probably there at the March on Washington and probably still thinks Yugoslavia is a country, but that's exactly what I need in my life. I have absolutely no clue what it's going to look like down there. I don't know what type of cobwebs, what type of secrets they got up in there, but you know, I love Uncharted, all right? It's one of my favorite games, and sometimes you just gotta channel your inner Nathan Drake and dive headfirst. So I think I've come to the conclusion I need.
Sorry, y'all didn't hear me sigh because I was mute, but
Need a 80-year-old girlfriend, all right? If any of you guys have grandmas in nursing homes and the fees are getting too high, hit me up. I will make her last few years on this earth her best ones. All right, I'm gonna be real for a second. I'm like weirded out by society's obsession with age gaps in relationships. Like, I think by the time you turn 18, you should be mentally mature enough to pick a partner. Like, I'm 19 right now, about to turn 20, and I don't feel like I'm too ignorant or immature to date someone significantly older than me. So basically, if you're a 35 to 45-year-old woman who's single and likes to work out, and you're looking for a man, hit me up on Instagram. Also, to everyone wondering if my crush responded from my last video, well, she liked my DM and then left me on red, so I'll take that as a win.
I hate the fact that he sat there and spent almost half the video talking about how he folded a plate of food that was ready to be eaten. He folded with that. How? YouTube, don't you ever in your life show me this man again. I can't stand him. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be his mentor. You guys, I don't have much to say. We're just gonna move on.